Hey there, guys. I have got something rather cool to share with you today. This is the Civivi Fracture. Um, these are brand new knives. I mean, one, they're brand new to me because the manufacturer sent them to me, but they're also brand new because they're just being released today, the day that you're seeing this video. So I'm part of a pass around group, and they worked a deal where we, got several of these knives to, whoever wanted to join this particular pass around could get a knife to keep and show a video on a specific day. So the videos are going to go live on August 15th. Now, you may have already seen a couple of previews because there's been a couple of these floating around the industry or floating around YouTube. So you may have seen it already. That's okay. I'm going to talk about it as well. This is the first time that, one, I've gotten a knife from a manufacturer to keep. And two, I think it's really kind of the first time I'm right on the edge of reviewing and showing a brand new knife hitting the market. Having only been doing YouTube for a few months, 6-7 months now, I've kind of been behind the curve. I have been, showing off things in my collection from, that I've had for years and years. So kind of excited. So let's just dive right into it. Let's get out of the way right now. The price, $28.50. Like $28.50, not $2,850. So under $30 for either. They come in the orange and the blue, and also black, green, and gray, in both a drop point and a tanto. And I will show you both because, much to my surprise, they sent me two knives, one a drop point, one a tanto. Now, the packaging is nothing to write home about. It's just a white cardboard box, which I'm going to throw off to the side because the light was playing with it. Also, before I get too far in, once I'm done kind of going through my normal tabletop review, I'm going to splice in some cutting tests that I did so that you can see how well it cuts. So stay tuned for that. It'll come in right after we're done going through all the details. So let's just dive right in. These are a slip joint, okay? I am not a slip joint guy, but I have kind of grown to like these. Now, not being a slip joint guy, I could be wrong here, but this is the first slip joints that I have ever seen with a pocket clip. That's right. It has a deep carry pocket clip on top of that. Has lanyard hole. Kind of going out of order of my normal videos, but this is a little special, right? This is kind of a brand new offering. So we're going to do things a little different. So these can be one hand opened, sort of. I think I was able to do it with this one. But it takes some practice, and it takes a little work that I'm not going to do and deal with right now. Because it's a pretty stout lock, and it has a really nice half lock. So as far as slip joints go, these are pretty cool. So let's get in the specs. 4 3/8 inches closed, 7 3/4 overall, just a hair under that. The blade is 3.33A, 3.4, almost 3.34, with an edge length of 3 1/4. Okay, so not too shabby. The blade steel, 8 CR 14 MOV. Yeah, it's a $30 knife, okay? So that's your one kind of negative. Your blade thickness is tiny. It's 0.09, like 0.099. So it's very thin. It's got a nice grind, so it's very thin behind the edge. It's just really great. And then overall thickness is 0.40 minus the clip, and it weighs in at 3.1 ounces. So super lightweight. I carried, I don't know, one of these around. I think it was this one yesterday, all day. And it disappears in the pocket, guys. Like legit disappears. Because it's so light, it just clips right on. It's just really nice. So let's kind of zoom in and really show off the Stonewash blade. Now they made these as a customer appreciation knife. So unless you've been under a rock, you've heard of Civivi. It is made by We Knives in China, and it's their budget arm of We Knives, if you will. So really nice G10 textured, a textured G10 for the scales. Nice clip with recessed hardware. So they did the clip right. The only thing better I would have liked to have seen is if the clip was milled into the G10 so that it didn't even have the clip piece bolted on to get in the way. But this works fantastic in the pocket. It's truly fantastic. All T8 hardware for both the pivot and the body screws, which is nice to have just one tool. This blue one came with silver hardware. The orange one came with black and orange. And I got a thing for orange, so that I'm kind of glad that I got the orange and blue, because I'm kind of partial to both colors for knives. So that's very cool, and a nice stonewashed blade that is very sharp. I did some cutting with both of these that you'll see in a minute. So it's very cool knives, $28.50. They're going on sale at Blade HQ, several other retailers, and this is a one-time run. So they're $28.50. Might be sort of collectible just because they aren't going to make them after this. Oh, let me zoom out. Sorry about that. So they aren't going to make this particular after this run. But all in all, these are really cool. And for the price, you could totally get a couple and toss them in your bag and the glove box. It's great for that. So let's do a couple of size comparisons here. Let's just put this one off to the side. And the other slip joint that I have, again, I'm not a slip joint guy, is the ZT 0230, I think this one is. And what I have noticed is this one is super easy to open and close. The detents and the spring is really, it's there, but it's not there. Whereas on this guy, it's a solid, it takes a little bit of work. So if this had a better spot to clip your thumb, you could easily open this one-handed, which, I just did. But this has got a lot less tension. For another little slip joint, my Surge Beam, not even really a valid size comparison, but it was right here on the table, so there you go. Now, how about something that we're all familiar with, the Sharpie that I totally space it on, and the Spyderco Delica, because that seems to be one of my go-to comparison ones. So it's a little bit longer than the Delica, but it's much slimmer. Okay. for giggles here, let's go with the Spyderco Endura. I grabbed another Delica. Thought I had grabbed the Endura. So much smaller than the Endura. And how about another Civivi offering, since I happen to have it here? The Civivi Asticus with the Damasteel blade and the carbon fiber laminate on top of G10. Fantastic flipper knife. One of the beauties of the slip joint is there is no flipper tab. Once you stick this in your pocket, there's nothing to grab onto is your hand if you're sliding it in to get your keys or anything out of the bottom of your pocket. This literally disappears in your pocket. I was so kind of amazed by that. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I am going to be right back with some cutting tests, and we'll see you next time. Okay, guys, now that you've heard about the fracture and all the specs and all the doodads about it, let's talk about, or let's show some real-world cutting. So I don't do a lot of cut tests and all that sort of stuff, but this is not a kitchen knife, but I could totally see you using this for some snacks. Okay, so I'm gonna make a little snack here, right? We've got some cheese, got a block of cheese because the store didn't have slices of cheese. It only had blocks of cheese today. So we're kind of wanting a little snack. So we'll have some cheese and crackers. Okay? So they had sliced salami, because you got to have some salami with your cheese and crackers, right? But if you don't got any sliced cheese, you could totally use your Civivi fracture for that. And this is what I could see totally using this knife for, is, cutting up your snack at lunch or a little snack before breakfast or after dinner, and you're out and about and you're not in the kitchen. So you cut yourself up some cheese, you grab some salami and you cut that up with your buddies so you guys can share. I mean, it's effortless. Like, it's legit effortless. Okay? And if you, I'm not sure why you would, but if you wanted to cut open a grape, that is also just completely effortless. I know you wouldn't really cut up a grape like that, but if you wanted to, you could. You could peel a grape. These are super sharp, very slicey. Hopefully not slicey enough to cut off my finger, but these are usable knives. They're small and whatnot, but I can totally see these being used for something like this. It's just what it's for, really. Even the Tonto is going to cut just as good, just as sliceable, just as great on the salami. Again, maybe more so because of that acute edge at the end of the Tonto. Right down here. That really is great at slicing open this salami pieces. And it's truly effortless. So, I don't really do the cutting tests much, but I wanted to show something a little bit extra for this video because of how it all came about. So I think this is a really great knife for this exact type of a thing. You want to cut up some cheese and salami, have yourself a little snack at lunch, have yourself a little snack before, when you're out on the trail. You got some stuff in your backpack while you're out on a hike. Pull this out, you're good to go. You've got your primary EDC, a big fixed blade or something like that, it would get the job done too, but something a little smaller, a little slicier, can just get it done a little bit better. Okay? So, there you have it, guys. I greatly appreciate you watching. Again, thanks to we and Civivi for entrusting us to show these off and to give us first crack at them. It's been a pleasure to really kind of get to know these early on before they were really widespread. So thanks for watching, guys. I greatly appreciate it. Please leave your comments down below as to what you think about slip joints in general, because like I said earlier, not exactly my thing, but I think they have their purposes in certain situations. And for the price point on these, you just can't go wrong if you can snatch up a couple and just literally toss them in your bag, toss them in your glove box. These are the total just beat around and toss in the drawer type of knives. So let me know your thoughts. I would greatly appreciate it. And be sure to tune in tomorrow for the next video. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.